Oi, oi, and we're back. Today, the topic is food. There you go. As you can see, I'm all ready for today's topic. As usual, what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of reading, which you can find on the website, and a little bit of vocabulary first of all. Then, as usual, on the website you can see some exercises, there's a few videos maybe for you to watch, there's a recipe, there you go, something for you to try out, and there's also the listening from the BBC of the Oscar Wilde fantastic play The Importance of Being Earnest. I recommend you listen to that. And then of course there's the writing. Now some of you have been sending in writings and I'm very, very grateful for you for those, so thank you very much indeed. But cracking on, now we're gonna do the vocabulary first of all. So we're talking today about European food. I can think of myself as a European still, I think, and in Europe there are some wonderful foods, of course, and some also very unusual foods, and we're going to look at some of the more unusual foods that people eat in Europe. And for this we need a little bit of vocabulary. First word here, pungent. Pungent means very, very smelly. Okay, so think of pungent, very, very smelly. Some foods are very, very smelly indeed. Or think maybe of your feet when you've been wearing your sneakers for a long time. Also, another word is this word here, ferment. Ferment is a process in food making. For example, when you get juice and you break it down into wine, that's the process is called fermentation. When you make bread, you have to ferment something into something else to make bread. Or yogurt. When you make yogurt, you ferment the milk into yogurt. And when you take something horrible and you make it into something even more horrible, that's a fermentation process for natto. Then finally, maggot. Maggot. Disgusting little, those white wriggly things. If you get something rotten meat or something disgusting, always in a horror film, maggots. Those little white wriggly things which people use for fishing. I'm told that fishermen like to use these to put on their hook to fish, and some of them even keep them in their fridge. Yummy. That's maggot. Anyway, let's go on with today's reading. Now, today I've been doing, it's now about 5 o'clock in the afternoon today, and I've done a couple of Zoom sessions, so thank you all of you for coming to the Zoom. Trying my best here, I don't know, trying to make it better. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but hoping it's working anyway. But anyway, thank you all of you who turned up for those things. Now we got unusual foods in Europe. As I said, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, a little bit of time. I'm hoping I can just do this in one take, because I think I'm gonna have a bit of food. Here we go. Banana. Language focus. We don't need that. Excuse me. Just about every country, region, and culture has its own unusual foods. Often these foods can seem gross and weird to people who are not from the region. Yet in many cases, these unusual foods are actually tasty delicacies. With its long history and varied cultures, Europe is home to some of the strangest foods in the world. The immense differences in climate, ranging from the Arctic climate of Scandinavia to the warm and mild Mediterranean weather found in southern Europe, have led to wildly differing agricultural practices. This in turn has led to a variety of different food cultures. So let's take a look at 10 of the weirdest foods found in Europe. The pronunciation here, some of you maybe have family in Europe, and I apologize in advance for some of this terrible pronunciation. Number 1, Surstumring. Arguably the most pungent speciality from Europe is Sweden's Surstumring, or rotten fish. The fish is fermented for 1 to 2 months before being canned. The smell released after opening a can of rotten fish is so strong that many airlines ban it. Number 2, Kazumatsu. Sorry again. Many cheeses, I love cheese, are heavily fermented, but Kazumatsu from Sardinia takes fermenting to a whole new level. The cheese contains live maggots and is made by letting sheep's milk cheese rot outside. Yummy. I hope you're watching this over dinner. Number 3, Andouillette sausage. Andouillette sausage. Oh, it's French. Andouillette sausage. France is famous for its fine cuisine. Indeed it is. But you might want to skip the andouillette sausage. This sausage contains parts of the colon, which means the stomach and the intestines, the tubey bits of pigs, and is described by many as smelling like pig offal. Number 4, Smalahove. I have no idea if that's right. Smalahove. It's probably wrong. If you happen to find yourself in Norway around Christmas time, well, that would be nice. You might find yourself being served Smalahove, or boiled lamb's head. Merry Christmas. The brain is first removed, oh good, and then the head is salted and boiled. Eyes are usually eaten first, as they are the most tender. Yum. Number 5. I don't know what to make of this. Lapcock. Reindeer are a popular Christmas symbol, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is often considered Santa's best friend. That doesn't stop the people in Finland, however, and parts of Sweden from enjoying lapcock, a dumpling made of reindeer blood and bone marrow mixed in with wheat. Bone marrow is the stuff inside your bones which your dog likes. It's quite disgusting. Okay, next one. Oh, Scotland. Number 6. I've eaten this. Haggis. Haggis is the most well-known food on this list, as it is the national dish of Scotland. Haggis is basically a pudding made of oatmeal, sheep's stomach, heart, and lungs, and other organs. It's actually, you fry it, it's actually pretty good. It just tastes like minced meat. It's not too bad at all. Number 7. Oh, I like this too. Black pudding. Somewhat similar to haggis, black pudding is made of animal blood. Most often pig's blood, mixed in with oatmeal and a variety of herbs and spices. Black pudding is usually eaten in Ireland and the UK. Black pudding is another one. It actually tastes better than it sounds. Number 8, kokoretsi. This is a Greek food, and it's quite popular around the world. I've never heard of it, but I've eaten a lot of Greek food. I love Greek food. Many people, however, wouldn't want to eat kokoretsi. The dish is made up of lamb or goat's intestines again, wrapped around the animal's internal organs, including hearts and lungs and kidneys. Doesn't sound so yummy, does it, like that? I'm sure it's much better. Number 9, noski. Noski is a unique dish from Poland. The word noski literally translates to cold feet. There you go. And the dish is made up of pig's feet cooked in herbs and spices and set in gelatine. The dish is generally well regarded for its savory taste. So pig's feet. I think a lot of places eat pig's feet. But obviously in Poland it's particularly good. Number 10. Oh Lord. Pardon Luke. Okay, let's try. It's Dutch. Oh my gosh. Pardon Luke's vlees. Pardon Luke's vlees is quite a mouthful, isn't it? Yes, it is. Pardon Luke's vlees refers to horse meat and is often eaten in the Netherlands and elsewhere across Europe. In fact, smoked horse meat is a common sandwich filling in these countries. Horse sandwich. Okay, thank you very much for today's short reading. Get on with the rest of the exercise. I look to receiving your written work. I'm going to finish my banana, which has been on the desk, but oh, never mind, eh? All of that has made me so hungry. Thank you very much indeed. See you next time. Bye.